How much tax is paid on a slab of VB? This is the question that I've been asking myself in my friend groups for quite a long time. And could someone, this is a post from Craig Kelly. Craig Kelly, that name is probably more popular than Muhammad in the UK. Here in Australia land, Craig Kelly. I've come across many Craig Kellys. But this is a Libertarian for New South Wales Senate dude. His handle is Craig Kelly 3X. Anyway, how much tax is paid on a slab of VB? Could someone please check my maths, as this seems ridiculous. This is a really good breakdown. We're paying 59 Australian dollars retail. 53 of that is excluding GST and $5 of that is GST, right? Beer excise, 61.57 per litre of alcohol. 30 cans times 375 milliliters equals 11.25 litres of beer times 4.9 alcohol equals 0.55 litres of alcohol overall in a slab of beer. That doesn't seem like much alcohol, but anyway, it adds up. 0.551 times 61.57 excise equals $33.90 in excise tax on beer. So the total tax is that 556 GST plus the 33.90 excise, which equals $39.26 on a $59 carton of beer. 66.5% tax. It's ridiculous. That's not the end. You can only buy a beer after income tax, of course. So if your marginal tax rate is 30% on income tax between 40 to 135, that's general sort of wages in Australia, 40 to 135k. I'd probably say average is about 70. You have to earn $85 and pay $25.50 in income tax to be left with $59 to buy a slab of beer. So from $85 that we earn, we pay $25.50 in income tax and we get left with $59 for that slab of beer, of which $39.26 is tax. So in buying the slab, you need to earn $85 and pay $25.50 in income tax. Then you pay $33.90 in excise and then $5.36 in GST. So in total, you've paid $64.74 in tax to enjoy your $59 slab of beer. So out of the 85 you had to earn to buy a slab of beer, 76% goes to tax to the federal government from a slab of beer. This isn't all the extra tax. No, this is just the tax on a slab of beer and your income tax. But it's still worse. How can it possibly get worse? Let's have a look. As the total price of the slab that leaves just $19.74 for the farmer, the brewer, the aluminium can maker, the transport company, the cardboard box maker, and the retailer, and all these taxes they pay. As the total price of the slab that leaves just $19.74 for all these people involved in creating that slab of beer. Australia desperately needs Dodge to eliminate waste and fraud so government spending can be cut and the money can be returned to the Australian taxpayer. It is time to vote Libertarian. I don't know how that's going to help. We're going to get into the two parties thing in Australia. I've got to do a deep dive and work out how this can be infiltrated by the groups and whether that's a good idea or not. This is absolutely amazing. This is the excise duty rates for alcohol. You can see them here. All the data is here on the ATO website. So, that being said, alright, let's go through the comments. Tyson said, why does anyone pay for VB? They should be paying us to drink that crap. That's not the point, is it though? I haven't had a VB in hundreds and hundreds of years. All this comes down to government inability to manage money, so their default tax is more. Look what's going on with Dodge. I guarantee you, if we had Dodge, there would be so much money that would be found. We really need this. Every country needs Dodge. I can't believe I just said that. That is just mind-blowing. Dodge. Stop drinking beer. It only screws the male drive. You want to be a fat slob? No drive, determination, drink beer. Just a real quick side on drinking beer. I get it. You can't have too much beer. You can't have a slab of beer a week. You probably shouldn't. I know a lot of my friends do. They have more than that. I have a week, yeah. I'll probably have a slab a week. And I can definitely see it affecting my physique and the way I feel, the way I think. So it's definitely like There is a massive drinking culture here in Queensland, in Australia in general, I would say. So those taxes coming in would be massive. Now, I wonder if we can search up how much tax the Australian government has got from the alcohol excise in 2024. Oh, lordy. Here we go. Let's go response 2. They're both the same response. This comes from Australian Tax Office, E-Malt, Prime Minister of Australia. Wow. In 2023 to 24 financial year, the Australian government collected approximately 10.7 billion from alcohol taxes, encompassing excise duties on beer and spirits, as well as the wine equalization tax. It is important to note that alcohol excise rates in Australia are subject to biannual indexation, meaning they change every year, typically increasing. They never decrease. When do they decrease? Typically increasing every February and August in line with consumer price index, which our wages don't increase with, the CPI. For instance, as of August 5th, 2024, the excise duty for spirits was set at $103.98 per litre of pure alcohol. Let's just match that to this sweet beer. Here we go. So for beer, it's 52.87. Anyway, $10.5 billion on tax revenue from alcohol sales. This is absolute insanity. Absolute. Craig, if you don't mind me pinching your image here, I might have to give this a pinch. These two smug assholes. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It makes me depressed, but I'm going to crack a beer and enjoy that tax. That's $1.60 per beer tax. Every time you have a beer, you're paying $1.60 in tax. Oh, God.